go, 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 and show what good friends we can be.
Let's give it a try, come on!
Let's go, 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 and we'll start a commotion. Set friendship in motion.
Set friendship in motion. Set friendship in motion.
James makes a discovery. It was a very important day on the island of Sodor. Archaeologists had come from the mainland and were visiting the island in search of some ancient artifacts to preserve in a museum. Sir Topham Hatt had sent for Edward to collect the archaeologists and take them across the island in search of the artifacts. Good morning, Edward. I believe these archaeologists have come to visit the island and were expecting you to collect them. Thank you, hero. Why are archaeologists visiting anyway? There isn't really anything worth discovering on this island. Thomas discovered Great Waterton, Percy discovered those dinosaur bones, and Toby discovered the castle and the mine close to his branch line. Lighten up, James. Sometimes the greatest discoveries can be somewhere you wouldn't think to look. You'd be surprised by what you can discover when you least expect it. Like that's ever going to happen. Oh, James. That engine. I have no idea what makes him so vain in this smoke box. James was making his way along the main line, but he couldn't help but think about what Edward had said to him earlier. Somewhere you wouldn't think to look. I know this island like the back of my buffers, and I don't think there's anything worth discovering about it. Those visitors will never find an artifact. Meanwhile, the troublesome truck saw a chance for mischief. Let's turn James into an artifact. Maybe then he'll be put into a museum. I was gonna go for the old teapot instead, but James makes for a much better artifact. They waited until they reached the junction. Wait for it. Okay, now! Huh? Oh no! On! The signalman was quick to notice that James was in trouble, so he quickly set the point, sending James off the main line and along the branch line instead. Stop! Stop! James tried to put every ounce of weight and steam against the trucks, but they felt his strength and kept pushing. Off we go! Off we go! I have to stop these trucks from pushing me, otherwise I might end up crashing into the station! Keep trying, James. We'll stop them before we reach the station. James could see the points leading to the station, but much to James's surprise, he ended up going along some abandoned tracks instead, and now he didn't know where he was going. Oh no! We're going to crash! James's driver reduced steam and braked hard, but it was too late. Oh, thank goodness. Huh? What is this place? This looks like some kind of harbor. I've never seen a harbor like this before. It looks like no one's been here for ages. Hello? Is someone there? Huh? Who said that? Don't worry, James. We'll go and investigate. Don't be too long. There's someone who wants to meet you, James. Is there really? James carefully made his way along the old harbor tracks, and as he got closer, he was completely surprised. Well, I never! Who are you? There in front of James was an old boxy tank engine. "Hello there, my name is Neil. You're the first engine I've seen in years." "My name is James. What are you doing here all alone in the engine shed?" "It's quite a story, actually." A long time ago, before all the railways came together as one, I used to work on this little railway with other engines like me, carrying people and goods up and down the line every day. Life was good for me and my friends, until one day hard times came. All of the railways on the island merged together into the Northwestern Railway, and with it came engines much bigger and powerful than us. My friends had to be sold off to other railways, but I was the only one left behind. I was left alone in the shed for years, as there was no more work left for me. I had hoped that someone would come and make me useful again someday, but no one came for years. All hope was lost for me until today when you showed up.
Oh my, that's terrible, Neil. But now that we found you, we'll be sure to put you to working order once again. Sir Topham Hatt would be most pleased to see you.
James's driver went back along the line to the nearest signal box to use the telephone, and in a little while, Edward had arrived with the archaeologists and Sir Topham Hatt. "My James, you've certainly made quite a discovery." "Indeed, Neil is definitely much more than an artifact, though he is most certainly a relic of Sodor's history." "I quite agree. I'm going to speak to one of my friends later on about Neil, but in the meantime, Edward, would you take Neil to the steamworks? We've got a lot of work to do before he's put into good working order again." "Good working order? Oh, thank you, sir. It would be great to be useful again." "And James, you've made quite a discovery today, and I'm very proud of you. We will soon put Neil into good working order once again, and we'll definitely look into doing something with this old harbour."
Oh, thank you, sir.
That evening, James had returned to Tidmouth Sheds and told the other engines all about Neil.
"Do we know what Sir Topham Hatt's going to do to him? Will he be put back to work? How long until he's back in service?"
I don't know yet. All I know is that he's been taken to the steamworks to be restored, but that might take a long time. I don't know what they're going to do with him once he's all steamed up and ready for work.
But that's a different story for another time.
They're two, they're four, they're six, they're eight, shunting trucks and hauling freight. Yellow and green, red, orange and blue. They're the really useful crew, all with different roles to play. Round Tidmouth Shed, so far away, down the hills and round the bends. Thomas and his friends. Thomas,
He's the cheeky one.
James,
He's vain but lots of fun.
Percy,
Pulls the mail on time.
Gordon,
Thunders down the line.
Emily,
Really knows her stuff.
Henry,
Toots and huffs and puffs.
Rebecca,
Wants to help and share.
Tony. Well, let's say he's square. They're two, they're four, they're six, they're eight, shunting trucks and hauling freight. Yellow and green, red, orange and blue. They're the really useful crew, all with different roles to play. Round Tidmouth Sheds, all far away, down the hills and round the bends. Thomas and his friends.
Hello there, lads. How goes the progress? Everything's good, sir. No sign of any other engines or rolling stock besides Neil, so we can start to restore the harbour as a tourist attraction. Splendid to hear, gentlemen. Must be off. Wait, Sal! Miss Jenny? There's something else. When we were checking through some documents in the harbour master's office, we found something. A document that was buried deep that dates back many years ago. What is it? Directions, Sal. Directions? For what? Somewhere not far off the island, on an old railway line in Wigtonshire, someone worked really hard to keep the secret hidden. Probably from the Cutter's torch. My goodness! Bloomer!